Towards the end of Revenge of the Sith, Padme goes to Mustafar to confront Anakin in an effort to turn him back to the light, but the consistent mention of Obi-Wan only serves to anger him further, eventually leading up to Anakin choking Padme. But what if Anakin didn't choke her? Our scenario begins on Mustafar. Anakin was just crying in the mining facility and is currently rushing over to greet Padme. In this scenario, Padme is a lot more calculated in her approach and does not mention Obi-Wan, seeing as how Anakin has always been jealous of his now former master. With this more cautious approach, Anakin is able to calm down, and Obi-Wan, sensing this, decides to change his plan and try to bring Anakin back to the light. This actually works quite well, and Anakin agrees to go with Kenobi to help Yoda in his fight with Palpatine. Palpatine senses this through the Force and is about to leave to confront Vader, but Yoda conveniently walks in at this moment and Palpatine is forced to fight him. On the way to Coruscant, Obi-Wan carefully explains the manipulation of the Chancellor, turning Anakin against him in the same fashion that he turned Luke against the Empire in A New Hope. Kenobi and Anakin land next to the Senate building, rushing to help Yoda. They run into a few clones along the way. Kenobi cuts them down as a now enraged Anakin crushes, chokes, and throws the clones with the Force, and Kenobi decides that now is not the time to address that problem. Anakin and Kenobi leap into the Senate building just before the duels end. Yoda nearly swings at Anakin, but Kenobi explains briefly that Anakin is on their side, and they all turn to Palpatine, who is holding 30 Senate pods in the air. Palpatine hurls the Senate pods at the three, but they easily stop the attack and hurl the pods back at Palpatine, who just barely evades one of the pods. Anakin, eager for revenge, leaps towards Palpatine, aiming to cut off his head, when he is hit with a severe amount of lightning, rendering him unconscious. Palpatine retrieves his lightsaber and defends against the two Jedi left. He pushes an assault against Kenobi, knowing he is the weaker of the two, but the Master of Sorisu blocks every strike coming his way and attempts a counter-offensive. Palpatine sees his chance and cuts Kenobi through the chest, killing him instantly. 2 down, 1 left to go. Anakin awakes to see Kenobi lifeless on the ground and Yoda just barely keeping up in his old age. Anakin is flooded with images of Padme, Ahsoka, and the now dead Kenobi. He runs toward Palpatine, who just barely blocks the strike. Yoda is now able to slow down a bit and allow Anakin to take up most of the fighting before he too is killed by Palpatine. Yet more fuel for Anakin. Palpatine begins to slowly lose his advantage to Anakin as he only gets stronger. Anakin was like a furnace, in that the longer he fought, the stronger he became, and this only became more prevalent now that he is using the dark side. Eventually, Palpatine is too exhausted to keep fighting and is decapitated by Anakin. Thank you all for watching to the end. If you would be so kind as to like the video to help push it into the algorithm, that would make my day.